Hi, and welcome to Chris's Cooking. Today, I'm making one of my favorite chicken dishes, chicken marsala. It's simple, quick, easy, and only a few ingredients. So what we're going to start with is the main ingredient. I want to explain to you Marsala wine. So it's an Italian wine that has been fortified with sherry. It has a higher alcohol content. And I learned a little trick over the years is they have a dry and they have a sweet. The sweet is a little too sweet to make with the chicken dish today that I'm going to show you. But if you add a half and half mixture of the dry and the sweet, it's a nice blend. If you don't have the budget to buy both bottles, certainly just go with the dry, definitely not the sweet. The sweet is more for desserts such as cannolis. All right, maybe I'll show you that some other time. All right. So first what we're going to do is we're going to get our chicken. Okay. And I've sliced open the chicken, opened it up. If you have a meat tenderizer, you put it in a plastic bag and lightly hammer it out so it's a nice thin piece of meat evenly. You don't want any thick spots, that way it will cook evenly and quickly. This is a very quick dish. It should only take no more than 10 minutes to get going and finish with the sauce and the fettuccine that we're going to serve on the side. I have my chicken. So what we're going to do to get it ready for the pan is we're going to put about half a cup of flour on the plate there. Okay, just mix it around. Of course, we need some seasoning. We're going to get our salt. And our pepper. All right. Sort of give that a little stir. Okay. So what we're going to do is what they call dredging the chicken. So we're going to have another plate over here. Keep everything nice and neat. So we're just going to take the chicken and just lightly touch it into the flour. All right. Now what this is going to do by putting the flour, it's going to do two things. It's going to give you a nice crust on the chicken when we pan fry them, all right? It's also going to help with the thickening of the sauce that we're going to make, okay? It's a very simple sauce. It's going to consist of the Marsala wine, shallots, garlic, chicken stock, and a little bit of heavy cream at the end just to finish it and make it all come together. All right. So once you got your chicken floured, now you don't want to do this too much of ahead of time with the chicken in the flour because it'll become gummy and pasty, and that's not what we're looking for today. All right. So once we have all the chicken done, ready for the pan, we're going to head over to the pan, get our pan hot. We're going to put a little bit of butter and some oil today. All right. I've already preheated the pan. I'm just going to turn it up just a little bit more. Start with our butter, get it melted. Okay. And a little bit of oil, get some oil. Okay, a couple tablespoons of oil. Just let that butter. So the reason I mix oil and butter together is I want the flavor of the butter, but I don't want to burn the chicken. All right, so you want to, it sort of mellows it sort of balances each other out. The butter give you the flavor, the oil will give you the high temperature that you can cook at. All right. So once the pan is ready, all right, you get a nice sizzle going there. We're just going to add the chicken. Now you don't want to cook too much. If you had a large party you were going to do and you were cooking this for a large group, might I suggest not trying to cook all the chicken in one pan. Maybe do them in steps where you fry the chicken and then once all the chicken is fried, then make it into a casserole dish and make the sauce and then just warm it up in the oven. A little more heat on that. So we're just going to cook that for a couple minutes until it starts to sizzle, starts to get brown on the other side. And then we're going to flip it over and then we'll start our sauce. All right. So once we flip this over, we're going to add our mushrooms. We've got a couple of cups of sliced mushrooms, and we're going to cook that into the sauce. Not quite there yet. Starting to bubble around the chicken. So once you get this started, get yourself some water boiling. This way everything can be done at the same time. A little bit of salt, a little bit of oil into the pan of boiling water. Turn that up and let it come to a boil. And that's going to cook our fettuccine. I'm using fresh fettuccine today. Certainly if you don't have fresh or if you already have dry on hand, you can use that. Just going to give our chicken a check. It's not quite browned yet. See, we're starting to get some nice browning color. Right? You don't want to burn it. So I'm going to flip this over. Okay. And now add our mushrooms. Okay. So what's going to happen now is the mushrooms are going to start to cook and they're going to release moisture. Now that I have the mushrooms started, I'm going to add the garlic and the shallots. Okay, so we're going to add the Marsala. It's about 3/4 of a cup for this recipe. We got the dry and we've got the sweet. Now we're going to cook that down and reduce it. It has a very distinct sweet smell to it. If you've ever cooked with Marsala wine, once you've smelled it once, you'll always recognize it. Right? Now you can already see that the flour from the chicken is starting to thicken up the wine a little bit, which is what we want, right? So let that go for another minute or so, and we're going to add some chicken stock to it just to take away from that heavy alcohol flavor. It's not so overwhelming. So as you can see, the sauce is starting to thicken. The wine is starting to thicken with the flour. So what we're going to do now is, before that goes dry, we're going to add about half a cup of chicken stock. All right, we'll let that go for a couple minutes. Now, as you can see, it's starting to thicken again with the reduction of the chicken stock. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a little bit of heavy cream, 35% cream, about half a cup. And we're just going to reduce that and let everything come together. The cream is going to thicken the sauce even more, right? So you have a nice creamy sauce, and that'll go well with our fettuccine that we're going to cook in a minute here. So we'll take this time, we're going to season it with a little salt and pepper. Now you see, as this reduces, it will become a little thicker. Already starting a little bit. So this is almost done. I'm just going to set it on the side for a second, and I'm going to show you the fettuccine. All right. Pull over my pot of boiling water. And we're just going to add our fettuccine all at once. All right, so this only takes a couple of minutes. Fresh pasta usually takes 3 to 5 minutes. Dry pasta, 7 to 9 minutes, depending on the size of the pasta. Certainly don't want to overcook fresh pasta. Give that one more minute and then we'll take it off. Back to the chicken. I'm going to pull the pasta off. So we're just going to finish this. As you can see, it's nice and reduced. Sauce is darkened up a little bit. And we're just going to throw some fresh parsley in there. With the fresh parsley. Turn that off, let it sit. So now we have our pasta cooked, our chicken is cooked. We're gonna plate it. I'm just gonna finish the pasta first. I have it in a bowl. We're just gonna put a little bit more fresh parsley in it. A little bit of cracked black pepper. Some olive oil. It's gonna help it from sticking. All right, so now we're gonna plate. Use a bowl or a plate. This one doesn't have a lot of sauce, so you can get away with putting it on a plate. So we're just gonna get a plate down. Some of our fresh fettuccine, right? Our chicken. Some of those mushrooms. That sauce. There you have it. Chicken marsala, fettuccine, quick, easy, not a lot of ingredients, but really, really good. Thank you and see you next time.